as a church. As that's the people who are the moral leaders of our community should be going out there and standing up and saying, you're not going to turn our country into a militarized hellhole. We're not going to let you do that to our families, to our country. We're not going to let you destroy this.
Right. These are all Americans. We're all Americans together, and that's the divide and conquer tactic they try with this racial tension, so that we won't have sympathy or empathy if we're not the same color as whoever is fighting the battle. You know, you can see the racial bias there when the mainstream media was reporting yesterday, and they were just continuing to push this point about how Michael Brown had no criminal background.
Yes.
Okay, so if he had a criminal background, would that justify the police officer shooting him unarmed, allegedly?
Yes.
You know,
and the original versions that I saw of this in the local news, from the police standpoint, you know, we heard a very different story from the eyewitness there, but from the police standpoint, he tried to arrest him, there was a struggle, a shot went off, but then he ran away. As he's running away with his back to the officer with his hands in the air, and the officer shoots him multiple times, that by any rules of engagement should be murder. They ought to clear the decks on all of their court cases, move this to the very front, accelerate this. I know that the officer who's there needs to have his day in court as well, but they need to start that process. They need to be open about it. They need to not be confiscating the recordings of that from eyewitnesses. That tells people that there's not going to be a good day, an honest day in court.
Right.
Now, well, there is some hope. There is some hope. We had a pro-gun sheriff that we have interviewed here at the Nightly News. We also had him on the radio program. This is Sheriff David Clark from Milwaukee County. He was running for re-election. Now, this is a primary in the Democrat primary, and there's no Republican in the race, so essentially the winner of this primary last night is the winner by default. This was a situation because he is pro-gun, because he ran a commercial, and this is one of the reasons why we had him on the radio show. He ran a commercial and he said, "I'm Sheriff David Clark. I want to talk to you about something personal. Your safety. It's no longer a spectator sport. I need you in the game. Are you ready? With officers laid off and furloughed, simply calling 911 and waiting is no longer your best option. You could beg for mercy from a violent criminal, you could hide under the bed, or you can fight back. Are you prepared?" And then he tells him what to do in this commercial. He says, "Consider taking a certified safety course in the handling of firearms so you can defend yourself until we get there. You have a duty to protect yourself and your family. We're partners now. Can I count on you?" Great. What happened in response to that? Well, Bloomberg's gun control group ran massive ads to defeat him. They spent $500,000 to defeat him in a sheriff's race, in a county sheriff's race. They spent more money than David Clark and his opponent spent combined, and they lost. Bloomberg just doesn't get it. You may have seen this commercial that we played on the Nightly News where the Bloomberg organization started out with a violent knock at the door and a lady on the phone trying to call 911, and the guy breaks in, then he grabs the baby and a struggle starts. And you're looking at this and saying, 911 can't help you. That's what the sheriff was telling these people.
Right.
It's good to see that we have honest sheriffs, and it's good to see that they are being supported by the people there, that they defeated Bloomberg in this.
Absolutely, and it is always when things like this sort of bubble up to the surface, there are good things coming out of this. Obviously, the fact that America has an over-militarized police force has now come into the collective consciousness of America. We're seeing Newsweek and CNN and all of the mainstream media are all reporting on the fact that our local police departments are armed with military weaponry. They were out there yesterday in their fatigues. They had machine guns, you know, albeit probably with rubber bullets, but propped to the top of the MRAP vehicles, just seething, waiting to get the chance to fire them at peaceful protesters, and basically just waiting for the fall of night to shield their activities, hoping that, because I know the night before, the reporters left after dark. And so a lot of the protesters there were asking the reporters to stay last night. They said, could you stay tonight? Because after you left is when they started firing the tear gas and everything. So this time the reporters stayed. And so it appears that that's, you know, what the police were hoping for, is to just wait until their 9 o'clock curfew. But it's not martial law. Nothing's been declared yet.
Right.
just follow their
semantics. Yeah.
Right.
Well, we have a report showing what happened yesterday. We want to show you what it looked like during the day, and we want to show you what it looked like at night. And then we're going to come back and go to our reporters who are live there tonight and talk about how things have changed in the last 24 hours. Here are those reports.
Look, okay. Now, it looks like to me this guy is aiming a gun right at the area where Joe Biggs is at. Look at this guy. And look at this guy, too. Look, let's follow the line of sight here. And this is what they do.
Keep pushing in.
Yeah. Oh, here they go, right here. Look, here we go, look. And I can leave my boy Joe over here by himself. I'm gonna get over here with him.
Many of you cooperated, and we appreciate that.
Look, this is what's happening right now. This is what's happening right now. Joe Biggs, military veteran. Look at this right here.
Continue
Look,
moving down.
right here.
Canfield.
Hey, slide these guys down.
Or West Florissant. You must leave in a peaceful manner.
As you can see, they are moving in numbers and starting to forcefully push people back.
Hey Joe, why don't you tell these guys one of your military stories?
Continue moving down West Florissant.
You want me to get, this is the sidewalk. I'm on the sidewalk. I'm on the sidewalk. And like I said, inch by inch, this is how you take your rights. First, you can protest in the daytime. Now you can't protest in the daytime. Then you can protest on the sidewalk. Now you can't protest on the sidewalk. Now you can protest over here. Now you can't stand over here. Now you got to walk all the way down the street. Can I go back that way? Okay, so they're telling me I can't go back that way. All right. I mean, for how long? When is the street going to be open? I mean, when's it going to, is it going to be open tomorrow or what?
Probably.
Then why are you?
You know what? Move, you're going to go to jail. It's just that simple.
What's your name, sir? I'll be happy to move. Tell me your name. Sir, I'll be happy to leave. Just tell me your name. Just tell me your name, sir.
Spin around over there, yes.
Okay, so this officer is refusing to tell me his name. I told him I'd be happy to comply, but he won't tell me his name. And that's the kind of accountability that you get in Police State USA. Now, Joe Biggs, this officer just ordered me to move. I was going to be arrested. I said, officer, I'll be happy to move if you only tell me your name. And now they won't tell me my name, or tell me his name. My car's over there. My car is over there, all right? Hands up, don't shoot, all right? I'm going that way, all right. Thank you, sir, for having a cool head. This guy's pushing me. Take your hands off me, sir. Take your hands off me, sir. I'll be happy to move.
Skirmish line, you're going to go to jail.
See, why you guys keep talking? I'm walking this way.
Walk in front of the police officer.
No, hey. Hey, hands up, don't shoot. Line up. All right, everybody's cool. All right, so this is what happens.
Where do we have to go to, Canada?
Golly, man. I got to walk back to Austin now? I mean, what's the deal? I'm walking. Yeah. You guys know your kids live here too, right? And then if your kids come out and protest for something they care about, then there's going to be a bunch of people marching them down the street. I'm walking. Am I not? I'm looking at these feet, man. I'm moving right now. Golly.
You must continue moving down West Florissant in a peaceful manner. You must leave the roadway.
So you see how these guys keep bullying you? This is how they just keep doing it. And once again, I understand that not every cop is bad. Not every cop endorses this type of behavior. But you saw these guys, they're putting their hands on me, they're pushing me around. They got heavy armor, I'm not even armed.
Down West Florissant.
And this is how they do.
It must be in a peaceful manner.
We are peaceful.
Failure to do so may result in...
Oh,
These guys are cowards. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I do agree with that 100%. We got some cowards.
People from protesting. That's not illegal.
It's not illegal to protest.
They inciting a riot. They want to stand out here and protest, and then they should let them.
Down West Florissant, on the sidewalks, in a peaceful manner. Be returning your vehicles.
Oh, so Joe, they put us back in the same choke point. You see, this is the choke point that they had yesterday with the barricades on both sides. So they got exactly what they wanted. This is what the plan was the entire time. This is what the plan was the entire time.
You must leave the roadway. Taking the roadway is not a proper option. You must leave the roadway.
Get out of the street.
Yeah, we're out of the street. All right, so as you can see, myself, Joe Biggs, Staff Sergeant, all on the street, all on the sidewalk, rather. And you can see there they are right there. Right there. Hey, that guy's aiming a gun at me.
Must continue in a peaceful.
I don't know if the guy's aiming that gun at me, but it definitely looks like he's pretty close there.
Failure to comply may result in arrest.
Look at the peaceful protesters. The majority of which are on the sidewalk. You got a few guys standing in the streets, just barely in the streets.
Now we're back at the exact same spot.
Yeah.
Throw items of any kind.
Yeah. Tough guys out here,
Result
man.
in arrest.
Real tough
In
guys.
injury to unintended persons. Do not throw items of any kind.
Nobody's throwing anything.
Exactly.
Look at the guy, look at him. We got a good shot of him today. Can you stop aiming that thing, bro?
Stop inciting a riot. They can't people. Ain't nobody doing nothing. Everybody's let's stop form this.
I gotta move again? Coming down. Okay, so this guy just walked up to him and said he's too close to him. What kind of sense does that make?
Go home, disperse.
No, this is a protest. It's not illegal to protest.
I'm not in the street.
They moved out of the street.
Be talking, bro. That ain't your job to talk. You shouldn't be talking. You already know that. No, brother, he shouldn't be talking. His captain's supposed to speak. I can't even get home because they got this shit blocked out. My bus has been coming through it for damn near 3 hours. I can't even get.
All right, here we are, front lines of the info war. Joe Biggs, Josh Owens is standing right behind me. Josh is on the other side of the street. I don't know, well, the lights are beaming him out, but there he is over there. There's Joe right there, front lines. And there we are. And I don't have anything against the police, but when I see police aim snipers at peaceful protesters, I don't understand why that has to happen.
You got smiles on their face.
I'm sure they do.
Joke, man.
I'm sure they do. They get to play Soldier Boy.
You can tell me you can just walk up to a black man and shoot him in his head like that? That's fucked up and real fucked up. Couldn't have been mine though.
Yeah.
And Ferguson already knows Johnson don't play out here. Been out here since what? 1967, goddamn.
All right, more reports coming. INFOWARS.com. Corey Jackson, INFOWARS.com. Some moron decided to throw a bottle, and now the police are popping smoke. As you see, I had to rush to get my camera out, but this is the scene right now. So the police out here popping smoke, and because, you know, just one guy, you know, you got a freaking army over here, but one guy
threw a bottle.
Yeah, and now
it's all hell.
It's you know, you can't have a First Amendment. Instead of coming back here and trying to get that one guy, you know, nobody can be out here. So
you must disperse immediately. The long, hard cock of the law.
Yeah. So this is the situation out here. Like I said, a largely peaceful crowd of, you know, 99% of people.
99.9% peaceful.
Other people are peaceful, but because one dude decides to throw something, now they have a reason to end everybody's First Amendment.
They haven't broke the line, at least. You know, they've dispersed our protest, of course, effectively now.
Yeah.
With, you know, 4 cans of smoke yet. But
yeah.
At least it hasn't gotten violent yet. That's good.
So, yeah, we had to move back, but it's a shame.
Maintain.
Yeah. So now they're going to put it out. They're going to say, well, you see, because one guy threw a bottle, that's why you can't have people peacefully protest. You know, I mean, like, you got a freaking arm. Well, I mean, can you get that one guy? I mean, if it's that big of an issue.
That's that one guy. That's not my constitutional rights that should be taken